Thank you. I'm just going to put this on Instagram. Come and join me on YouNow, please. Put a little link to that, younow.com/Carrie H. Fletcher. Carrie H. Fletcher. Can everyone hear me all right? Because apparently it was saying a minute ago, no, that's not right. A minute ago it was saying, you now can't get access to your microphone. There we go. Oh God. I've just been trying to sing Requiem from Thingy-Majig, but all of the chords on any site like use a capo on the 4th fret, and I don't own a capo. I do, but for my guitar. But the thing with uke frets is they're all about that big the further down you get, so my fingers are too big for that. See how I do. Why should I play this game of pretend? Remembering through a secondhand sorrow, such a great son and wonderful friend. Oh, don't the tears just pour? I could curl up and hide in my room, there in my bed still sobbing tomorrow. I could give in to all of the gloom, but tell me what for? Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I start to break in pieces? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your light? I will sing no requiem tonight, 'cause when the villains fall, the kingdoms never weep. No one lights a candle to remember. No one mourns at all as they lay them down to sleep. So don't tell me that I didn't have it right. Don't tell me that it wasn't black and white. After all you put me through, don't say it wasn't true, that you were not the monster that I knew. 'Cause I cannot play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your light. I will sing no requiem. I will sing no requiem. I will sing no requiem tonight. I don't know the ending. I didn't even try out the ending. Oh, 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 oh. I love that song. Hi everyone watching. Oh my god. I haven't done one of these in so long. I can't move myself in. Oh god. How's packing going? For those of you that don't know, I'm moving house on the 18th, 19th, and packing is going terribly. I will not show you what's going on behind me, because behind me, it's a mess, is what it is. I'm just going to lift this up a little bit more. That's a bit better. Oh no, what is my bio in there? I don't know what my bio is on this. It's probably something about Wednesday or something like that. I'm not using my new ring light. I'm using just the old lamp on the desk, just because it's easier to use with whilst my laptop's on the desk. But when I start to make videos, I'll use the big old ring light that's in my hallway at the moment. The eyeshadow I have on is this palette here. It's a Revolution palette. It's that one. It's called Violet. It's a very pretty palette. And it's which colours it is. It's that one, and that one. They're called Amethyst, Violaceous, and Curfew. If anyone wants to know. My hair is very much naturally like this. Wurzel Gummidge-esque. I use mousse in it when it's wet. Brush it through when it's wet. Never, ever, 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 if you are curly haired, never, ever, 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 ever brush your hair when it's dry. Just don't do it. Just don't do it, because then you end up with proper, like, scarecrow hair. Just don't do it. Brush it only when it's wet, and brush it with... Where's my hairbrush? My hairbrush is down here somewhere, isn't it? Oh, it was. My hairbrush is somewhere in the vicinity, but it's called a wet brush. It's a brand of brush called Wet Brush, and they are... I'm just still trying to look for it. It's specifically to brush your hair when it's wet, so that it doesn't... Because apparently if you brush your hair when it's wet, your hair's more susceptible to damage or something like that. And yeah, it's a wet brush specifically designed for brushing your hair when it's wet so it doesn't damage it. If you could play any role in Cursed Child, who would you want to play? Delphine. Which is a cool part. Did you and Ollie buy the house together? Nope. I bought the house. But Ollie will be staying there as much as he would like to. I haven't seen Mary Poppins Returns yet, but I am going to see it at some point. I just don't know when. It depends on the time. Oh my god, I'm so uncomfortable at the moment. I can't get comfy. There we go, that's better. How do you eat a Jaffa cake? You peel off all the chocolate, then the orange layer, then the sponge. I haven't seen Les Mis on BBC, and I won't be watching Les Mis on BBC, because the guy who directed it has been very silly and said some very silly things. And so I'm just not very much interested in supporting his BBC version. Because he's silly. Tomorrow I'm going to see Sophie Isaacs and Becky Locke. Sophie and I are going up to Sheffield to visit Becky and watch Kiss Me Kate. Can't speak. Watch Kiss Me Kate. And I'm so excited to see them both, because I've not seen them since... Well, I've not seen Sophie since it ended, but I've not seen Becky since she left 2 weeks before we did. So I am so excited to go and see them. Yay! With Leighton Williams, yes. I've only ever brushed past him and said a quick hello at various different events. So hopefully I'll get to see him. I have seen Series of Unfortunate Events. I binge watched Series 3 the other day when I was packing, and I really enjoy it. I love the movie and I love the books, and I feel like the series is a much more accurate representation of the books. Although saying that, I did read the books when I was 13, 14, so I don't remember everything that's in them. There's quite a big age difference between Lydia and Lydia's mother in Beetlejuice. And I am much closer to Lydia's age than Lydia's mother's age. I am definitely not at a mother playing age at the moment. The special brush, the wet brush, they get them. I can't speak. They sell them in Boots. I can't remember where. I think I just got mine in Boots. Mine's a nice wooden handled one. They just look like normal brushes, but yeah, they're called wet brushes. They're really good. I do have a PO box address, but it's just my agent's address in London, which is just Haymarket House. I think the address is on my Twitter bio. I can't remember. I think. I do know who Joel Montague is, and I think he's in Kiss Me Kate as well, and I get to see him too. All the people. I have no plans to visit Walt Disney World this year. Things always change, but currently I just don't think I'm going to get time. There's a lot of potential things going on this year. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a chance to. Thank you for the cactus, Brittany. I'm enjoying that. I love a good cactus. I'm going to get loads when I'm moving into my new house. I've got 2 on the mantelpiece at the moment. Thank you very much, Emily Rose, 1998. That's very, very sweet of you. And you're now the #1 fan. Eden Violet. That's such a nice name. I like the name Violet. That's a good name. And the dinosaur. Ever since Heathers, I've become vaguely obsessed with dinosaurs. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's because my favourite lyric is "We're what killed the dinosaurs." And then ever since you like something or associate with something, suddenly you see it everywhere. It's really weird. My cactus does have a name. The first one I ever bought is called Karat Cactus Potts. Just because. Is the holiday still happening? I mean, it was only a pipeline holiday. It was only a dream holiday. So I don't know. It might end up just being like a 3-day holiday somewhere very close by. Instead of the 10-day holiday I was hoping for, but such is life. My favourite song in Heathers is actually Freeze Your Brain. I love that song. I used to love listening to Jamie sing it and eating my red vine. Did I hear that Mean Girls is coming over? Hasn't Mean Girls been coming over for like the last 2-3 years? Red vines, definitely. Twizzlers taste weird. Red vines taste nice. Thank you, Amber M. When you think about Heathers, do you still talk about it like you're still in it? No, I don't think so. Thank you, Jess T and Amy R. Not really, no. No. I miss it, but it was such a challenging role. And because we did 8 weeks and then 3 weeks off, and in that 3 weeks off, I decided to do a book tour because I'm really clever. And then we did a 12-week run. And there was always something, like we never just settled into a straight, like, run of the show. We were always rehearsing during the day because an ensemble member left, and then we did the cast recording, and then Becky Locke left, so then we were rehearsing for her replacement, and then I started rehearsing for War of the Worlds, so we cannot speak. We were constantly doing like 12, 13-hour days, which is why we were all just so shattered all the time. So by the time we got to the end of it, I think we were all kind of, thank you Amy Hawley 2000, we were all kind of grateful for the break, even though we were really sad. Like we all were saying in our last week, like it'd be so nice if we could all just go away and have 2 weeks off and then come back and do it again in the new year. Because we all were so desperate for a break, but we all didn't want it to end. It was a horrible sort of like bittersweet feeling. Thank you, Heather G. So, yeah, it was a tough show to be part of. And it would have been so much easier if we just had a straight run of doing the show with nothing during the daytime. I don't know when the cast album's going to be out. The last I heard, it was going to be out before Christmas, but that didn't happen. But you've just got to trust Kevin, Larry, Andy, and Paul, and all those who are working on it, that the reason it's taking so long is because they're making it as good as it possibly can be for you guys. So I have literally, I just sang on it. I have no control over it whatsoever. Thank you, Jane F. So it's no use asking me when it's coming out because I literally will probably know the same time you guys know. So would you tell any audition stories of roles you didn't get? I don't know. I only because I don't know if it's unprofessional. You know what I mean? I don't know, and I feel like I'm better off just being cautious as opposed to just opening my big mouth and telling you all of my ridiculous audition stories. I do have a plan though. I think when I'm 30, I want to release a book, another non-fiction book of all of my outrageous, ridiculous theatre stories. Like, no holds barred, just go. Just do it. Just all of the most ridiculous stories. No matter how outrageous and crazy they are. You know what I mean? Thank you, Kate Eve. "17 or Crazier Than You." That's difficult. "Crazier Than You" was like really fun. It was like a very like light-hearted song. It was quite an easy sing for me as well. It wasn't too high. I guess neither was 17. They both just have very different feels. Because "Crazier Than You" was like really like fun and jumpy, and the stakes didn't feel as high as 17, because 17 feels like a really like big poignant moment, and also there's a lot of pressure on 17 because Heathers is Heathers and everyone loves and knows Heathers, and when it got to 17 you could hear everyone go in the audience, you know what I mean, like excited for the ba 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 bum bum, like really excited about that. So a lot of pressure came with 17. Have I ever seen a Star Wars film? Yes, I've seen them all, and I love them all. Well, I love some more than others. What are you going to miss about your old flat once you've moved? I'll probably miss the fact that I've always had someone to take in my parcels for me, because this building has a concierge man downstairs who takes in all the parcels. So I've never had to worry about being in for a parcel. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the, I don't know if you can see it, the Fletcher thing. Because I don't know if I can peel it off without ruining it in transit. I did see Bandersnatch, and it was really cool. It's a really cool concept, and I love the fact that I got to pick what we were doing, but I feel like I didn't really get to pick what we were doing, because there were sort of like right and wrong answers. Because if you picked the wrong path, and sometimes Colin would tell you, oh, you picked the wrong path, it would just then take you back to like redo it again and pick the right option. I don't know. It was weird. Like, for those of you that have watched Bandersnatch, what was your ending? What happened in your ending? Okay, I've seen one. Yep. Oh my god, I'm so intrigued by your answers. I might have to watch it again and see if I get something different. Bandersnatch is the... Sorry, I'm so transfixed by watching everyone's thing then. Bandersnatch is the interactive Black Mirror episode on Netflix. So every now and again it will come up at the bottom. The choices will come up on the bottom of the screen. Thank you, Tilling Poppy. Thank you, Tilling Poppy. And you get to pick what happens next. But I feel like it always takes you to the same ending. I am allowed pets in my new house because this is a house, as opposed to a flat in a building. Because the reason I'm not allowed pets here is because I'm surrounded by other people in the building. It's not just me living in this building. So I will get a cat at some point. But I kind of want to make sure that I'm going to be around to look after said cat for the first few months that I get it. Instead of just getting one and then being like, bye, see you later, I'm off on a job now, see ya, bye. I don't have any cat names yet because I want to meet the cat first. It's the same with kids when people are like, what are you going to name your children? And I'm like, I don't know, I might pick out a name and then the baby comes out and it doesn't look like what name I've picked for it. So, you know. I'm playing with a pencil, by the way, that says freeze your brain. Bendy pencil. Do you remember doing that when you were a kid? Probably doesn't work that well on camera, does it? You do the bendy pencil thing. Hi, Liv. Thanks for reminding me of bendy pencil. So weird. Eyes are weird. Eyes and brains are strange. The Shine a Light books, I'm pretty sure you can just get online. If you type it in on Amazon, I think they're like called, because I can't talk. They're just lamps. They're like bedside table lamps is what they actually are. They're not actually supposed to be used for props in a West End musical show. So I reckon you'll just find them on Amazon. Yeah, our Shine a Light jackets were from New Look, and the label was never taken out of mine, like the big thing that in the back that was sewn into the coat. It just said New Look, so every time it was thrown at me, I was always like, oh, quick, hide the New Look sign, because that's not very 80s American. Ollie's doing good. I spoke to him about a few hours ago now. Spoke to him a few hours ago to say hello, whilst he was in his princey costume. Where can you buy my CD? I don't think there are any physical copies left. I think they were all sold very near the beginning, like a year ago. But it is on iTunes and it is on Spotify. You can listen to it on Spotify. Or you can buy it on iTunes, which would be really great for me. Thank you. Yeah, that letter wasn't from Ollie. That letter was from my boyfriend when I was like 16 years old. It was like, he was my first proper boyfriend called Charlie. And we used to send each other letters back and forth from Hong Kong. And I found them last year, which is why it was in my 1 second a day video, because it was the day that I found this big pile of letters. And they were all so intense. Like, so intense. So intense for... Is that a fly? My God. It's a fly or a ghost, I don't know. Yeah, it was like... They were so intense. For two 16-year-olds, it was like... I love you more than life itself, and I'm always gonna love you no matter what happens, and we're gonna have babies and get married and spend the rest of our lives together. And of course, like, when you're 17 years old or 16 years old, however old we were, you believe it's all true, and, you know, it's just a lot. I think it's just because now I'm 26, literally a decade later, and... It's lovely looking back on it, because I remember how I felt then, and I remember how he felt, and it was, you know, it's all lovely. But now, I'm always like, I love you, I think I love you, like, just, you know, because I'm so, like, terrified that it's not going to work out. Yeah. Do I like gin? No, I hate gin. Gin's the worst. I love gin. I love a gin and tonic. It's one of my faves. What book am I reading at the moment? I'm reading The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. It's very good. I'm very much enjoying it. VidCon London. I don't think I'll be going. Not that I've been invited, but if I was, I think I would politely decline. Because I think I'm kind of done with YouTube conventions. Don't hate me. They absolutely terrify me, YouTube conventions. And just had a really weird experience this year, because I've been hashtag honesty hour. I made a video a few months ago called Stepping Back from YouTube, in that not that I am stepping back from YouTube, but I feel like I have stepped back from YouTube, not purposely, just because my life outside, like, I'm not a full-time YouTuber, and full-time YouTubers pretty much only think about YouTube, like, because that's you know, they have to, it's their livelihood, it's their only source of income. So full-time YouTubers have to think about their next video constantly, and what their next content's going to be, and what their next content is going to be, sorry, and like playing the game and clickbait and tags. And hi Addy, thank you very much, you're ever so sweet, welcome. And you're now the #1 fan, and my screen is going crazy. Thank you so much. Full-time YouTubers, my screen is still going crazy. This is insane. Thank you, Addy. You're ever so sweet. Full-time YouTubers have to think about YouTube constantly. They have to think about what the next video is going to be, whether their title is going to get as many clicks as possible, what their thumbnails look like, the next collab they're going to do, and whether the collab is with, you know, someone whose audience is bigger than theirs, blah, blah, blah. Like, they think about YouTube constantly, and so therefore they're involved in more YouTube drama. Naturally. Because when drama kicks off with all the people that you're friends with and you're close to, you're affected by it directly. Even if you're not really involved in what happened. It might be that you're friends with the person that it's happening to, or you were there the night it happened, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And ever since I stepped